So, herzlich willkommen. Ein letztes Mal abschließend zur Henry Stickmin Collection. Ich habe ja gesagt, im abschließend letzten Part werden wir sämtliche BIOS, die es in Completing the Mission gibt, durchgehen. Und da gehen wir doch jetzt mal ganz kurz rein. Ja, ich habe alle BIOS gefunden. Oh, meine Güte, war das ein scheiß Aufwand. Ganz im Ernst, jeder von euch, der dieses Spiel spielen will, das ist so ziemlich das einzige Achievement, das ich niemandem empfehlen würde. Es ist einfach nur nervig und eine ganze Menge Arbeit. Wirklich eine ganze Menge Arbeit. Aber für diejenigen, die es tatsächlich versuchen wollen, ich habe so ein paar Tipps, die es vielleicht ein bisschen einfacher machen können. Und wenn ihr nach speziellen Porträts hier fragen wollt, könnt ihr gerne auch unten in den Kommentaren mich darauf ansprechen, wo man den kriegt. Vielleicht weiß ich es noch, vielleicht kann ich euch einen Tipp geben. Aber als kleinen Tipp für alle, die das versuchen wollen, ohne dass man ihnen genau sagt, wer wo ist. Abgesehen von den Hauptfiguren hier, die eigentlich so ziemlich in mehreren Pfaden drankommen, sind, ich nehme jetzt mal beispielsweise von hier bis, wo ist der letzte? Müsste hier irgendwo sein, finden sich sämtliche BIOS auf einem Pfad. Ich zeige das mal. In diesem Fall jetzt hier der oberste Pfad. Wenn ihr von der Anfangs-Cutscene bis zur End-Cutscene durchgeht, dann solltet ihr sämtliche BIOS von hier bis ungefähr hier bekommen. Und danach ist das Ganze auch immer so ein bisschen aufsortiert. Von hier bis bis zu einer anderen Stelle sind dann alle in einem anderen Pfad. Also die sind tatsächlich so ein bisschen nach Pfad sortiert. Wenn ihr einen Pfad von Anfang bis Ende durchgeht und alles findet, dann müsstet ihr eigentlich in der Lage sein, euch Stück für Stück da durchzuarbeiten. Also ja, wenn ihr das machen wollt, was ich nicht empfehle, Pfad für Pfad, gucken, ob ihr auf diesem Pfad alles abgeschlossen habt und dann mit dem nächsten Pfad angehen. Aber wie gesagt, wenn ihr spezielle Fragen zu einer bestimmten Bio habt, wie man die bekommt, dann kann ich ja versuchen, darauf so ein bisschen zu antworten. Hoffentlich kann ich ein bisschen helfen. Aber jetzt geht's los. Also dann, wir haben zum Anfang mal wieder Henry Stickmin. What could happen next? Reginald Copperbottom. Being the leader of the Top Hat clan is something he takes a lot of pride in. Ja, du machst eigentlich auch die meiste Zeit einen richtig guten Job als Anführer. The Right-Hand Man Reborn. His defeat by Henry left him in bad shape. Cybernetic surgery brought him back, stronger than ever before. Ja, dass der Right-Hand Man davor schon overpowered war, wissen wir ja, und jetzt ist er halt einfach nur noch overpowerter. Ellie Rose, hatte die eigentlich in Fliegende Komplex schon einen Nachnamen? Ja, hatte sie. Aber wurde nichts genauer erklärt. After escaping from the wall, things have really opened up. What is in store for her? Liam Rogers, an elite helicopter pilot, he usually calls dibs on the bigger helicopters. Größere Helikopter sind einfach nur ein einfacheres Ziel, also verstehe ich nicht ganz, warum er unbedingt die größeren will. Vance Kite, he's heard it all. Don't try to talk your way out of an arrest with this guy. Ah, ein Veteran. Jack Dugan, a sniper from New Zealand. He was specifically recruited by the Top Hat clan in an Avengers-esque end credit scene. Ah, okay. Frankie Pizza, he dreamed of playing for the Boston Celtics, but his basketball skills were never good enough. Aww. Norm Hexter, tech specialist in the government's ranks. He designed the EMP system. Howard Lipton, if he doesn't have his morning tea, then he is completely useless in the field. Oh, jemand, der gerne Tee trinkt. Ah, kann ich mich mit identifizieren. Victoria Grid, one of the strongest captains in the Top Hat raid. She has several successful missions under her belt. Gerald Gruff. His voice is about 2 octaves below average. Billy Brown. For 7 years he's never washed behind his ears. E. Urban Lamp. He's very high strung. Being a soldier might not be a good career path for him. Dandelions. He's found the perfect combination of laundry detergents. The scent is the most amazing thing. Major Herschel Panzer. This is the first time this combat suit is in the field. He has a son working hard in the police force. Oh, cool. Lucas Broomhandle. The youngest of 5 siblings. He takes to a new hobby every week. Oh, so ein bisschen indecisive, huh? June July. She was born in August. Okay. Timu Suomi. He grew up in Finland, so he doesn't require sunlight to function properly. Ollie Anderin. He's addicted to baking shows. He always tries to bake along, but fails after 10 minutes. Oh, ist ja schade. Gut, weiter geht's. Geriatrics. He's getting up there in age, but he's still as spry and any youngin in. He's still as spry and any youngin in the squad. Ich glaube, das sollte dann as sein statt and. Merle Goldenfold. He's always wanted to grow a cool beard, but it never quite comes in all the way. Oh, das erinnert mich so ein bisschen an meinen Bruder, der kriegt's auch nicht hin, sich einen Bart wachsen zu lassen. Anthony Lee. When he was 3, he ate a bumblebee. Yee. Frederick Münster. His head is literally made of cheese. Nobody will bunk with him. All part of the plan. Shoomed Sammy. His first day in the Top Hat clan. He fell on his head and it got smooshed. The name just kinda stuck. Pablo Sleuth. An ace detective in the Top Hat ranks. There's no problem he can't eventually solve and he is always armed. Also das Top Hat Äquivalent zu Batman. Captain H.G. Canterbury. He's one of the men in charge of information gathering. He has a brother who works in the police force. Thomas Chips. His father, Alan, is the co-founder of the Electronics Entertainment Expo. Filbert. He is part of the checkpoint inspection team, but he really wanted to just sit on the train. Jim Paul. He's the type of person that always passes out on a trip. Darius Johnsonite. He is a gemstone appraiser within the Top Hat clan. He evaluates how much their stolen gems are worth. Ah, okay, ist ja recht nützlich für die. Mr. Job. He was going to start his own computer business, but was beat to the punch by someone with the same name. Ugh, scheiße. John Scone. Hold the phone, is that John Scone? The one that owns all the loans? Al the Pal. His high charisma made him a valuable member of the clan. Nobody has ever reported having issues with him. Oh, okay. Stanley Grass. He has 2 blades of grass growing out of the top of his head, and he's very sensitive about it. Wallace Dagwood. He used to be on the front lines, but took a bad hit to the face. He's been running more of a support role since. Ice Pig. Since he's stationed in the snowy environment, he wanted a cool nickname. Ja, stationed statt station, würde ich mal sagen. Now he's stuck with it. Stan Lundgren, a regular at this establishment. He comes in every day to read the newspaper and have a cup of coffee. Helmut Wyckoff. Fresh out of a bar fight. He's been laying there for a solid 3 hours. Perry Sherman. He likes collecting the bottles from all the patrons. He works a long shift every day, so he's usually pretty pooped. Mysterious Vagabond. a drifter who's come into town lately. Seems like he's not just passing through. Kane West. He was in the music production business, but one plagiarism accusation later he gave up and joined the Top Hats. Right-hand man. He still serves as Reginald's number 2. His extreme loyalty is what a Top Hat member should strive for. Ja, wir haben ja gemerkt, dass die Top Hats Loyalität sehr hoch schätzen. Sal Malone. He used to be in the mafia but wanted to branch out because he felt there was already too many Italians. Mr. Lincoln. He's not related to the president. He just looks a lot like him. Whitehead. He wanted to be named after a snake, but most people just think of pimples when they hear his name. Paddy Pride. Purple is his favorite drink. Henry Stickmin. He kept getting harassed for being a criminal. Eventually, he became fed up and joined the Top Hats to make it true. B. Hampton. The head concierge at the Stickmin Space Resort. He was once the first Top Hat to convert and help with the transition of the others. Carlos Candela. He's bad at pool. Like, really bad at pool. I mean, look at that technique. Just sad. Just sad. Elizabeth Green. She's here on her honeymoon, one of the Stickmin Space Resort's most common bookings. Lars Green. He's here with his wife for their honeymoon. Both of them have always wanted to go to space. Ja, kann ich verstehen. Viele Leute wollen irgendwann mal in den Weltraum. Snowcap. He picked a far-off station so that he wouldn't need to do much work. Clement Warrentine. He was fed up driving trucks for a living, so he turned to smuggling. Now he's one of the Top Hat's best drivers. Mr. Macbeth. He's often been compared to an ape, which he takes as a compliment. He hates it when people don't take him seriously. Blast Connors. His ego is one of the biggest in the entire Top Hat clan. Deshalb muss mit einer großen Kanone kompensieren. Matilda Ivy. She has probably the coolest hair out of any Top Hat member, and she knows it. M.F. Jones. If you mess with him, he will mess you up. His full name is Milhouse Fillmore Jones. Okay. Bartolomeo, an opera singer who was refused payment after a show. The Top Hat clan offered him the revenge he was seeking. Why are you asking about cables? He doesn't know anything about that. Larry the Guy, not Larry the Cable Guy. Okay. Dann haben wir Grunt. He showed up to the Top Hat clan dressed like this. They're not gonna turn down a great fighter though. Mischievous Martin. Part of the planning division in the Top Hat clan. He used to run legendary pranks. Okay. Mr. Teal. He thinks his head is teal, but it's more of a cyan, really. Don Miguel. His RPG character owns a magical shop. Or was it a ship? General Gale Force. The assault of the airship raid seems to have led to a large promotion. He's now a specialist in dealing with the Top Hats. Charles Kelvin. He is experienced with multiple different types of flying vehicles. He gets brought in for special missions only. Yeah, best boy Charles. Smoker Tyson. A chain smoker if I ever saw one. He smokes a pack an hour, but it gives him some kind of power. Okay, das hat sich sogar gereimt. Marty O. Every time he jumps he makes a super loud noise, like a tennis player. Louis G. Even though he's tall, he's always been in his brother's shadow. He really doesn't mind though. Aww. The Witch. The Top Hat clan's main herbalist. She totally embraced her nickname so she can be rather odd. Sheriff. Just one of the many political figures the Top Hat clan has in their pocket. The Ruffian. He's usually out on the Front lines for the Top Hat clan. His head has taken lots of damage over the years. Tin Tin Tin. He can only say one word. The details are unclear, but I think time travel is involved. Gone Hunter. He loves rock, paper, scissors, but always throws rock. Losing never crushes his spirit, though. Aww. Hunter Hunter Anspielung. Ken Jampon. He's got a hole in his face and is a master of rock, paper, scissors. People feel weaker after losing to him. Carol Cross, one of the higher-ups in the clan. She's extremely strict and by the books. You don't want to cross her. Stu Pendles. A series of events has caused him to owe money to Carol Cross. This is very bad for him. Buckethead. Buckethead. 5 Eyes. He wears glasses, so he should be called 4 Eyes. Where's the 5th eye? Talon Circus. He was recruited out of the circus. He's an acrobatic wizard and really difficult to deal with in a fight. Okay. Crusher. He can crush an apple in his bare hands. That's about it. Nicht gerade sehr beeindruckend. The Magician. He can pull your spleen right out of his head. He used to be a professional wrestler, but then ended very poorly. Mr. Fatlip. He's got a pretty bad lisp. He's not actually a big fan of his nickname, but it's really hard to change these things. Scar. He dips the name after the previous Scar was defeated. Eduardo Giancarlo. A master pickpocket. He actually sought out the Top Hat clan and joined them. Usually it's the other way around. Jeremy Steinfeld. He lives in an apartment in New York and wonders what the deal with everything is. Geoff Constanza. He's very neurotic and constantly causing problems for himself. Topbot. A top-of-the-line robot built for missions that go hot. Hannibal Burns. You can never tell if he's paying attention because he always looks so relaxed. Smokestack. People think the nickname is because of the head, but actually he's a pyromaniac. Ooh. Dusty. He has one of the longest runs as leader of the Top Hats. He moved so slowly people often thought he was dead. Cloudface. He lost his position as leader because people couldn't understand his commands through his beard. Randy Radman. Ran the Top Hat clan through the party era. Things were a blast until they were bankrupt. Reynaldo the Brute, one of the fiercest leaders the Top Hat clan has ever had. Unfortunately, he was lost in combat. Sir Wilford IV. He defeated the previous leader to claim the title. He despises incompetence. Terence Shuave? One of the worst leaders the Top Hat clan has ever had. He would launch raids that made no sense just for the thrill. Oh, okay. Mr. Skyscraper. He's got a tall head, so of course he needs a tall nickname. Earrings. Her earrings function for battle purposes besides looks. They can blind people with a bright flash. Ah, recht nützlich. Red Crimson. He thinks his name is awesome, but it's pretty redundant if you ask me. Jacques Kensington. A bit of an eccentric leader. He always walked around with his gold deagle in his hand. Done. Sven Svensson. He took over leadership when the previous leader and right-hand man went missing. Gus Briggs. Hit the bricks, pal, you're done. He said that joke about 80 times during the arrest. Sir Hattie. He's always crying. People think it's from the loss of his old friends. Chip Crumb. He got some crappy second-hand top hat when he joined. He's really been rethinking his membership lately. Brian Reynolds. He could have been a model but wanted to do something more important with his life. John Frog Pilskin, a master when it comes to stealth and infiltration. Grah. Gordon Eel Banks, a tech wizard. If it's electronic, he can work his magic. Emilia Turtle Esteban, a demolition expert. She loves blowing stuff up and hates when things take too long. Mr. Goldblum. He used to be a CEO before he was found embezzling funds to the Top Hat clan. Howie Howitzer. He was an orphan taken in by the Top Hat clan. They gave him a name in hopes he'd live up to it. He hasn't. Schade. Pinkman. He's not affiliated with any chemistry teachers or cartels. He just has a pink hat. Ambert Downs. This is his first tour and he knew it would be a doozy. Rupert Price. He's been going on more and more intense missions ever since his police days. Bart Sampson. He thought he had a unique name, but he's met at least 5 other Borts. Mr. Thick. One of the Top Hat's best chefs. He makes the fattest burgers and juiciest steaks. Ah, lecker. Peanut. It's ironic because he has a peanut allergy. The Leprechaun. He totally embraces his appearance. He's even adopted a terrible fake Irish accent to complete the ensemble. Ellie Jean. Him be like wicked mental. Big up yourself. Oh mein Gott, ich kann so nicht reden. Antonidas Sparta. He can kick through a solid steel beam with ease. Right Hand Man Blue. He's been rewired to protect Henry at all costs. The Top Hat loyalty is so deep. Can it really be completely removed? Ja, hier haben wir es wieder. Loyalität geht bei denen ja über alles. Stephen Wills. He doesn't do combat at all, but he's often needed to run as support. Wayne the Stone Jensen. Headstrong. He's been wanting to take leadership for a while, he just hasn't found the right opportunity. Rock Cool Steve Dallas. He's been waiting for a leadership position to open up. He's not going to let it slip out from under him now. Dill Talley. He's always wanted to go on a stealth mission. He tries to be stealthy in every mission he goes on to make up for it. Alice Hamilton. The evening reporter at BCC. She's a fairly new reporter, but she's doing a great job. Bert Curtis. The head of communications in the Top Hat clan. He's the liaison between the leaders and the rest of the Raccoon team. The Marble Man. He's not strong like marble, he just likes marbles. Wilhelm Krieghaus. He's been a Top Hat member for over 40 years. His English has improved throughout the years, but he still has an accent. Bloodhound, a master at hunting down people and objects. He is the guy responsible for filling up the brig with bounties. Tain Flargunstow. His head wobble technique is something to behold. Sarah Conivers. She is a firm believer that Al will one day try to take over the world. Maxwell Gex. His parents named him after a lizard, or was it a gecko? Pendle Toad. His favorite ice cream is Rocky Road. Elmer Paisano. He moved out to the middle of nowhere to start fresh. I don't think it's going so well. Marcus Blabbert. Talk like this he does. Not sure why I am. Yoda reference. Gremlin. She's extremely scrappy and feisty. It's rumored she grew up on her own in the woods. Mr. Villain. He speaks and behaves like a 1920s movie villain. I don't know if that started before or after he joined the Top Hats. Mr. Villain. Kreativer Name. Hazmat. Hazmat? Egal. He really wants a hazmat suit. He's preemptively claimed this name, but who knows how long it'll take to get the suit. Entholch Arnold Schwarz, an elite Top Hat member. His commanding voice is perfect for leading men into battle. Gene Fredrickson. He used to be a mayor but fled when plans to smuggle a large diamond out of a museum were uncovered. Albert Poshley, one of the wealthiest Top Hat members. He tends to fund most of the expensive operations for high profit. Jacked Human, an up-and-coming member in the Top Hat clan. He has yet to make a name for himself. Paul Ascot, his entire career has just been delivering bad news. Hole Cap. The hole in his head was caused by the laser incident. The Bookie. The man in charge of cooking the books in the Top Hat clan. He's a big stickler for rules and keeping things in order. Chuck Wellington. His great-grandfather is the inventor of beef, allegedly. Fred Finestone. He always runs around barefoot and shoots a super loud catchphrase. People tend to avoid him. Dr. Winchpinsilstien. Ist das eine Anspielung auf Rumpelstilzchen oder so irgendwas? Ach egal. A solo practitioner that specializes in cybernetic surgery. She travels the world in her boat, which doubles as her working station. Reference. A short-range spirit. If you are punched by him, you are sent into an alternate timeline. He can also swap places with Henry. Yeah, JoJo reference. Mag Dandy. His forgery skills are top of the line. His forged paintings are a big source of income for the Top Hat clan. Ein Porträtfälscher. Hambag. He was down on his luck selling ham out of a bag when he was found by the Top Hats. Blueberry. He only eats blueberries. Nobody has ever seen him eat anything else. Ja gut, Blaubeeren sind lecker. Thomas Chestershire. He preferred it when Henry was leader of the Top Hat clan. Hat Girl. She kinda just appeared and joined the ranks. People have said they saw her in a spaceship or something. Ach ja, Ahead in Time. Ein richtig tolles Spiel. Handsome Harold. He's in charge of keeping the Top Hat's collection of information organized. Den kennen wir ja auch. Geoffrey Plump. He's always been an ideas guy. His head is just big though. It's not because of an extra large brain. Misdemeanor. She's very proud of her name, but she was too lazy to check if it's been used before. Trotzdem cooler Name. Barbershop Bill. Even though he wears a barbershop hat, he sucks at cutting hair and even worse at singing a cappella. Alfonso Cross. Pronouncing the sh sound is very important. He gets offended if you pronounce it as Alfonso. Floyd Winters. Unfortunately, his friend Henry doesn't show up in this game. His friend Harry, not Henry. Lesen, okay. Fast durch. Dave Panpa. He spent a long time in a Top Hat cell. His life will probably never be the same. Matteo Gurchev. One of three people at the wall that actually knows how to operate a tank. Der Warden. Dimitri Johannes Petrov. He lost quite a few teeth in the escape incident, so he now speaks with a lisp. Ja gut, ein Stoppschild in die Fresse zu kriegen tut halt weh. 10 pence. When he joined the Top Hat clan he only had 10 to his name. He keeps the name to remember his origins. Weak sauce. He's been on the verge of getting kicked out of the clan multiple times. Mr. Angry. This guy has an actual anger problem. It doesn't help him fight or anything, it mostly just distracts everyone. Daima Pensky? This is the first time ever being out of the country. He didn't know there was this much green in the whole galaxy. Dolan Torkov? He has a personal vendetta against the Top Hat clan, so he made sure to come on this mission. Todd Tater? He used to be a Spudson, but he married into the Tater family. Bill Cook, before he joined the military, he lived in a house with way too many people. Konrad Bukowski, he joined the military with his twin. They've always been on missions as a pair. Calvin Bukowski, he joined the military with his twin. They've always been on missions as a pair. Bob Pants. His father was a pants salesman, but he broke tradition and went into the military. Paul Penn. He claims he's related to Sean Penn, but has never been able to prove it. Ivan Petroteva. He forgot to switch out of his Ushanka before coming into the jungle and sprinting up a bunch of stairs. Okay. Grigory Olyat. His arm is still freshly broken after being hit by a car during the escape incident. Stoneface. You will never get an emotion out of his face. Quincy Tattlemuffin. His family has been in the Top Hat clan for generations. They've never really made a name for themselves though. Fred Wurst. He's really just the worst. Nacy Popo. She's been going on mountain climbing expeditions in the area. Nobody has attempted to map the mountains here. Okay. Natasha Taden. She hangs out with her pal Travis at the tavern every week. Maybe one day she'll get the courage to ask him out. Travis DeGloat. He lost his eye in an explosives incident. He used to be a mercenary but gave up that life when the updates stopped coming. Josh Taylor? He's really excited to be part of such a big mission. You could say he's a bit overconfident. Drake Camper. A relatively new recruit, he hasn't really learned all the ropes yet, including the one about loose lips sinking ships. Quentin Alabaster. He's had a couple greenhorns placed under his watch and he's sick of babysitting them. Hank Stockman. He keeps calm in any situation, or at least it appears that way because of his sweet shades. Hayden Brock. He gets bored easily and realized that making bets makes things more interesting. Mad Lad. He starts his day with a nice can of Kerpow energy drink. Andrew Cobbler. The engineer in charge of Big Boy. He got stuck on an issue with it and wasn't able to fix it in time for the raid. Dijon Pongello, the main operator of Big Boy. He'd been coming to terms with not being able to pilot Big Boy into the raid today. Timothy Turner. He used to have 2 imaginary friends when he was younger. Brock Hollowitz, just one more tour, then I can go home and be with my family. Ach, der Arme. Elias Batchin. He-Man's one of the many CCC mobile units. There are hundreds of these scattered throughout the world. Phantom. His suit allows him to turn invisible and he's able to pinpoint locations for nuclear strikes with his rifle. Und natürlich können sie ihn nicht Ghost nennen aufgrund von Copyright Issues. Joe's Gonzalez. He's been a gamer since 2008 but only plays free-to-play games. You can catch him wearing the default hat. Peter Merivale. He always wears a helmet. You never know when a stray bullet might come flying. Ich glaube, das heißt stray, nicht stay. Aber egal. Ogre Crib. He has pretty good stats for the cost. He's also pretty good with can't be targeted adapt. Ah, okay. Beans. He just thinking about those beans. Curly Brown, one of the smartest Top Hat members. He has a PhD in Cartoon Logic and Physics. Ah, das dürfte ja gerade in den Henry Stickmin Games sehr hilfreich sein. Dr. Glass. He's not actually a doctor. Actually, nobody calls him doctor. Can we get his title changed, please? Skeeve. This guy is seedy, even for a Top Hat member. Keep this on the DL, but I heard they're planning to cut ties with him. Barry Bra. When it comes to frantically glamoring for weapons, he can't be beat. Baye #503, one of the many Bayers. He always strives to improve his hot dog eating and bug collecting skills. Oh my god. Elri, the fusion of Henry and Ellie. They have the fierceness of Ellie and the luck of Henry. Cabbits. He towers over his other Top Hat members. He always engages in the pre-fight banter. Puppet Top. He couldn't figure out how to fix the top hat, so now people call him Popped Top. Okay. Cool Joe. He managed to make it back after being locked up at the wall for several years. Good thing there was a breakout. Orange Hat Kid. He's thought of a dance that also works as a great exercise move. Toby Mac. This guy is too cool for school. The ladies just can't stay away. Pasta Primavera. He's formed a crew here in the Top Hat clan. They all got their start in Italy. Figaro Mulligatawny, part of the small Italian crew. They all joined the Top Hat clan at the same time. Parmesa Lasagne. Him and his crew joined the Top Hat clan at the behest of their boss. Lenk. He used to be a hero, but then he took an arrow to the chest and was in the hospital for 3 weeks. Skyrim-Anspielung, okay. Lonk. He just lost the game. Crabman. He claims the batteries in his back pocket give him great dancing abilities. Konkadong. If he shoots you, it's gonna hurt. Mr. Unstoppable. He's been extremely lucky since he joined the Top Hats. Will it last? Jonathan Bravo. I don't know if it's intentionally or not, but he sounds exactly like Elvis Presley. Eine Johnny Bravo-Anspielung. Cowboy. He couldn't come up with a very interesting nickname. He just got fixated on the word cowboy, so he settled. Siggy. His top hat is actually a giant cigarette. He's gotta make sure he stays away from fire. Tommy Petridge. He will help Top Hat raid plans by creating animatics that break down all the details of the plan to aid success. Sleepy Dog. Hang around with him too long and you start acting funny. Und ja, das waren's. Das waren sämtliche BIOS, die es in dem Spiel zu holen gibt. Nochmal, wenn ihr selbst auch das holen wollt, ich würde es persönlich nicht empfehlen. Es ist wirklich eine ganze Menge Arbeit und ich konnte auch keinen wirklich hilfreichen Guide im Internet finden, wo man einzelne Personen denn genau findet. Aber wenn ihr tatsächlich wollt, haltet euch an diesen Tipp, geht Pfad für Pfad durch. Und denkt daran, dass alle Leute in einem Pfad so ein bisschen an einer Stelle hintereinander kommen. Mit Ausnahme von den Charakteren hier am Anfang, die es in mehreren Pfaden gibt. Aber das war's jetzt endgültig mit der Henry Stickmin Collection. Ich glaube, abschließend werde ich tatsächlich noch ein Video machen. Weiß jetzt allerdings nicht, ob die Idee so cool ist. Meine persönlichen Top 10 Fails, die ich in diesem Spiel hier gesehen habe. Aber wir werden ja mal sehen. Das war's für heute. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Bis dahin. Tschüss.